So good morning, I'm Ms. Trejo. I think all of you should hopefully know by now, but I am going to ask our other presenters to introduce themselves right now so that we can get started.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Tristan. I'm your Pupil Services and Attendance Counselor, and I'm supporting you guys on Mondays and Tuesdays.
Good morning, I'm Mr. Magayon. I'm a coordinator here at the school, and I'm here to support with anything anyone needs.
Thank you both for being here. So guys, as I said earlier, this is a special assembly. We don't typically have them on Tuesdays, but there's some important information that we wanted to share with you so that you and your family are able to make a decision this week. So again, some of our norms, these are the same. Since we are sharing our screen, if you do want to change it to speaker view, that way you just see the speaker right next to it, or you can move those little boxes around. If you have a question, please pose them into the Q&A and we will answer those as appropriate and either respond directly to you or share them with the group as well. So here's our agenda. We have some items to discuss in particular about our possible return to school and your selection, some safety protocols. Ms. Tristan again will be reviewing some attendance challenges and updates and some supports available. And Mr. Magayon has some announcements for you at the very end. So let's get started. So as you all know, our school or our state has implemented this color-coded system to determine where we are because of the COVID spread within the state. Each county has a color assigned depending on how we're doing. We live in LA County, and LA County continues to be in the purple tier, guys. In order for schools to reopen, we would need to be in the red tier. This is updated weekly, so if you want to keep an eye on where we are, make sure that you capture that website or that you just pay attention to the news. It's in the news, guys. Unfortunately, for a bit, we were really close to getting in the red. However, as you all know, within these last few weeks, again, there's been a spike in cases, so that means the infection rate has gone up again. So we are still in the solid purple for sure. However, that doesn't mean we can't start planning to make sure that we're ready to go if we are able to return to school in person. So that's what this presentation is about. Okay, so again, this is our state, and this is a few weeks ago. I can tell you that some of these red or even yellow counties have moved into a different colored tier. So what are the options for your family? So later on in the presentation, there's going to be a form that your family needs to complete for every student. So again, that's for every student in the family that attends an LAUSD school. But what are your options? You have two. Hybrid learning, which means some in-person instruction. And as you can see from the picture, it will look a little bit different, and I'm going to go through that today. And then you have your second option, which is online learning. This is exactly what we have now. So again, remember the hybrid learning can only happen if we move out of the purple tier. So as of right now, we do not have a return date. We are just preparing and planning if we are able to return, which would be our hope. So what's a day in the life for students? This page, guys, is actually coming out of the family guide. Hybrid learning, that would be the new portion. One of our options is hybrid. So you would actually come to school for a portion of the week. Again, a portion, you would not necessarily come every day. There would be fewer students on campus at any given time. You would likely remain in the same classroom while on campus, and that's important in order to maintain a cohort. Okay, we want to make sure, so when you watch the news and they say stay within your household only, that's because the people in your household and you're already sharing kind of that same space and that same air. So that's the same idea for having you in one classroom. You will continue to learn online when you're not on campus. So it's hybrid. It's a combination of the two, online and in person. When you're on campus, you will have both in-person instruction and you might have some remote instruction. Okay, so there might be a situation where you're in the classroom, but your instruction is happening online. Teachers have learned lots of new platforms as well. So some of those are going to continue. And you will have a full schedule of courses. One thing that I do want to make a note of here is that there is a possibility that there are changes to schedules. and changes to the teachers offering certain courses if we do return to the hybrid learning. Okay, so just make sure that when you and your family speak about this, that you understand that that is a possibility regardless of what option you choose. The online only learning basically will look exactly like what we have now. You'll participate with live instruction and independent work time. The whole 5 days will be online. You will continue to have access to meals through the grab and go. And this last bullet point is really important, okay? Let's say your family right now selects to do online learning and then decides, oh, I want to go hybrid. I want to go to school some of the time. You're not going to have that opportunity at any given time. There's only going to be designated points when you can actually join the hybrid. And the reason for that is because we need to maintain those cohorts. We can't have all people coming and going all the time. Okay, so that's really important. Okay, so again, we'll go through questions as we see throughout, but this is important for you to understand your two options: hybrid, some online and some in person. So what is that process? So last week when you were on break, your family probably received emails and text messages, posts on social media, and you might have received something that looked like this on the left at home. It's a family guide. So within that family guide, there is information that I'm presenting here with more detail. That's when it started. Okay, we're somewhere in the middle right now. December 6th is the deadline. So by December 6th, you and your family must make a selection online. If you do not make a selection, you're going to be considered in the hybrid model. So that's the default. So you want to make sure that if you prefer to do online, that you select online. And here is the link. We will put that, make that available to you. Your teachers will also give that to you in STEM Lab tomorrow. Okay, and then hopefully sometime in the spring, okay, again, there is no date as of now. Hopefully in the spring sometime, we're able to return to campus for at least the hybrid option. So we're just planning, guys. So the survey, when you go on the survey, there will be, I'm sorry, not the survey, selection form. I don't want to get you confused with other surveys. There's an option for you to select the language. If your parents prefer Spanish, you can put Spanish on there, and there are a few other languages there. What do you need? You need your student ID. Hopefully you know what that is. If you don't know what that is, there's a couple of places where you can get it. From your student ID, if you have the one from the year before. If you have your report card, it's on your report card. You might also find it on Schoology. Okay, in some of those. Worst case, if you cannot find it, then have your parents call the school and we will give you your student ID number. The 3 questions you must ask: which option do you want, hybrid or online? There will be on-site supervised care. So let's say your parents would rather you stay on campus the full time. Okay, so then there will be a place possibly where you are supervised, but not directly with the teachers. Okay, so that's important. You're not going to be with your teachers 5 days, even if you're on campus. It's just supervised care. And then school bus transportation, that's only for those of you that had transportation or that are eligible for transportation because of where you live. Okay, so those are the 3 questions or the 3 things you're going to have to answer. Mr. Magallon, any questions so far?
So far, yes. So one question that was asked, what if we don't want to risk getting COVID, our parents agree we shouldn't go to school, and we pick that online only option? Will we be penalized in any way?
No, of course not. No, we understand that this during this time, everybody has a different tolerance, right? So you might want to stay home and feel more safe at home. That's totally okay. Instruction will continue online. Okay, again, I will say that depending on if we do go hybrid, then there might be some changes in terms of personnel, but you will still receive your classes that you need.
Thank you. Next question. I heard that there's a vaccine that scientists are almost finished with. If it's announced, would we return to school as normal days?
Well, when there is a vaccine, then there has to be a process to vaccinate everyone. So that will definitely take some time. And let's all continue to hope and that our scientists are able to come up with that vaccine so that we all can have access to it.
And then this question from Janet: if we choose hybrid, but then decide to go online, is it possible to switch?
Yes, you can go from hybrid to online at any point, because that's a quick fix, right? You're just basically going to decide to stay home and we'll change your program to that. It's harder to go from online to hybrid. Okay, so it's important for you to know that. Thank you for those questions. Let's go on a couple of more of these slides, guys. So what do you need to do to prepare for a return? So let's say we are able to return in February, January. What are some things that you must all do? So all students returning to campus need to take a COVID test. The district has COVID testing sites available. You do need to make an appointment. Parents should register for the parent portal if they still don't have one. I know about 50% of your parents still need a parent portal. That's the way the district is communicating. And then you must select your option by December 6th. And finally, you guys are high school kids. You guys are going to do this yourselves. For the little ones, your parents probably need to teach you, right, how to wear a mask, but you all should have a mask by now. Hopefully, if you do not, I suggest you ask your parents to go out and get you one. Start wearing a mask, guys. You're going to have to wear it the entire day you are on campus if you do decide to come hybrid. So that's way longer than a 15-minute trip to the market, right? So make sure that you have a mask that fits you well, that covers your nose and is covering your entire face area and goes underneath your chin. Okay, you can have like the itty bitties that are like under your nose or not long enough. Make sure that you're preparing for that. Where can you get tested? Hollenbeck has the testing. Okay, the testing site that was at Stevenson was moved over to Hollenbeck. So it's close, guys. Most of you live within a walking distance or at least a short ride to school. You can schedule your appointment there. Everything is available on our website, guys. And then what are the protocols? What are we following to ensure that we're safe? So if you've been to campus, you see these signs all over. Okay, there's 3 S's. Screening. So we want to make sure that we're screening ourselves before we leave our home. When you enter campus, you will be asked screening questions, which for some of you I know are very frustrating to answer the same ones, but it's really to make you conscious and make us aware. If you are not feeling well, you need to stay home. You will also have temperature taken every day you arrive to campus. You will need to sanitize frequently. We have a lot of sanitizer stations that are ready to be put out around campus. You'll have them in the classrooms. You need to wash your hands. You need to keep your face covered, and then practice social distancing, which is those 6 feet apart. So no matter where you are on campus, you will need to practice that social distancing. So it means we cannot congregate during lunch. We cannot congregate in between passing periods, guys. There has to be a lot of that separation. So it will be different if you decide to return. Whoops, sorry guys. It will be different here. Sorry about that. Okay, so here are some pictures of what our campus currently looks like. So this is our entrance, our main office access. So you'll see these blue squares here. So if you do need access to the office, you do need to keep your distance. We are not letting anyone into the office. There's a table here with a plastic covering for the protection of the office staff, but also for you. Sanitizing stations there. Okay, here the facilities are all in the process of being prepared. These are our lunch tables. You'll see that there's yellow tape around most of the table because we cannot allow you to congregate. The more you congregate, the more possibility there is of infection. There's posters being put up just as reminders. And then desk, guys, classroom seating will look very different. So I know in our school, one of our big things is that collaboration, giving you that time to work together in groups. That has to look different now. That will continue virtually, right? We've all learned how to use breakout rooms. We've learned how to use chat or how to do, the flip grids. That's going to continue because in the classrooms, you cannot sit next to each other. Okay, so this is a couple of classrooms in our school. The one in the middle, that's just a generic kind of classroom of what it could look like. Hallways, walkways, they're all going to have directional arrows. 2 of these pictures are our school. The pathways have been marked. Stairways are only going to be one way. Everything is going to be a one-way street, guys. We don't have indoor hallways, but our outdoor hallways will be marked. Again, the timeline, okay, make sure that you get that in by Sunday. Before we turn it over to Ms. Tristan, Mr. Magallon, any other questions here?
Yes, let's say we choose hybrid. how would lunch work if we have to keep our mask on the whole day?
Right. So obviously when you're eating, you would have to remove your mask. You will not be sitting in large groups together. So that's one thing that will be different. We will have to maintain social distancing. So right now the details are not clearly laid out because it's going to depend on the number of students that return. What I can tell you is that there will be social distancing. So we typically at our tables, there would be about 6 of you sitting at a table. That cannot happen. Okay. You might be eating inside the classrooms, kind of similar to breakfast in the classroom. Okay, so that is one option that is being considered. The option is allowing you to go outside, but that it's in groups, so that it's not the entire, not everybody that's on campus, but certain classrooms at a time.
Will we be able to know who attends hybrid before going to school? I guess I
You won't
think they
know
mean like
anybody
we
else.
automatically. Yeah.
Yeah, you won't know everybody else. You'll know yourself about whether you, and if you have siblings at our school site, and if you are both on the same plan, then you'll both be at school on the same days.
That's about it. Thank
Okay.
you. Oh, and if we get, I'm sorry, for hybrid, if we if we have to get tested, how often is the testing
Right
have to
now,
be?
you have to get tested before you come to campus, and then after that, it'll be periodic. What's happening now is those of us that are working on campus, we are being tested weekly. Okay, so I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Tristan now.
Okay, guys, so we're going to talk a little bit about attendance, but I know that was a lot to swallow. Just keep in mind, we're getting information daily. So we're in the same boat as you guys. There's a lot of information that we don't know. So we're learning along with you guys. Like Mr. Magallon had said, and Mr. Rejo, there is not a date set. The most important thing though is that you guys have parents fill out this survey. So you guys can pick the selection that works best for your family, okay? So a lot to swallow. Any questions, we're available to you guys like we normally are. So feel free, to ask us any other additional questions. Okay, so attendance will always stay the same, guys. So I just want to remind you that is going to be a constant. It is important that whichever option you guys choose in the future, we need to be in school. So if we end up doing hybrid, we still need to be in school. If we decide to stay online like we are now, we need to be in school because our goal for you guys is to graduate and stay on track to graduate. So very important that you guys attend every single class, not just one, every single class. So this is specifically to high school. Attendance is an important life skill that will help you graduate from college and keep a job. If you guys choose not to go to college and you want to learn a vocational trait or you want to go straight into a job or career, attendance is important. In order to keep a job, we have to show up and we have to show up on time and be consistent. So it is very, very important. Attendance is a key predictor of graduation rates, especially for our 9th graders. So all 9th graders, it is very, very important. You guys don't see this year as a pass because this year is so, so important. Okay, so make sure that we are in school. And if you guys need help, please reach out to your teachers, counselors like myself, Ms. Padilla, Ms. Morales Santos, our PSW, or other support staff. Okay, guys? So I just announced on Schoology our new December attendance challenge. We'll be announcing the winning STEM lab for November, either at our assembly or later in the week. But this is our December attendance challenge. It's for weekly perfect attendance. So it's starting tomorrow. So this week is a short week. You guys only have to have perfect attendance for 3 days. And we're going to select 10 students each week and we'll be mailing home prizes. I did get a large amount, about 7 to 8 boxes of different Pokemon items that I will be mailing home to students as well as other Beanie Babies and things like that. So if you guys want to win a prize, you need to be in school and you need to be in school all day. Okay, you guys can do it. Question of the week. We're still doing our question of the week and we're going to continue to do it. We love getting your answers and responses. They're super creative and I'm learning new things every day of characters and different things that I didn't know about. So I Google all your answers if I don't know. But this is our question of the week. It just got posted. What is your dream job or career? And we will continue through the month of December to give out $5 gift cards for students that answer. It'll be randomly selected and we do select one student in each grade level. Okay, guys, so go and answer. All you have to do is answer. That's it. And you guys could win a $5 gift card to Target, Starbucks, or Walmart. Okay. And then this is the one that we've had going on since last spring. We continue to have it and these winners are announced at the assembly. These students earn $10 gift cards and they get to pick the store that they want the gift card to. We pick 2 students every month that are engaged and attending. So these students are selected by teachers and staff, and we do announce them on our website, and then they do get emailed their gift card. So continue to attend, be engaged, be connected to win yourself a $10 gift card. Okay, guys? So we're going to transition into just our mental health, our socio-emotional well-being. You have myself to reach out to. You also have our PSW, Miss Morales Santos. She's available on Wednesdays right now. You also have Miss Padilla. You also have Miss Trejo as well, and other our teachers too are also very good supports for us. But we know a lot is going on. We know a lot has. Oh, go ahead, Mr. Maggio.
Sorry, just one question. Sorry, Mr. Tristan. One question about attendance that came up is, hey, if you're absent and whatnot, can you make up any missed time? So anytime that you missed in school in terms of getting your attendance back on track, can you make that up?
You can't make it up in the sense of tomorrow you can't be like, oh, I'm going to complete a bunch of assignments and get credit for yesterday. Okay, so it's really important that you're in class and that you complete assignments in Schoology that your teacher is giving you for you to get attendance credit for that day. So you need to attend Zoom, or if it's asynchronous, you need to make sure that you're logging into Schoology and completing your work. Because once that day is over, you can no longer get attendance credit for that specific day. Okay. Okay, so back to socio-emotional, and if you guys have any questions, please feel free to put them in the chat. It's very important that we have coping skills, okay? You guys need to think of things that you guys can do at home, like journaling, exercising. Even if you guys can't go out, different exercises you can do in place. And we'll go, in a few slides, we'll go over some of the things you guys can do at home, but it is very, very important that you guys start thinking of if you don't already have coping skills, because we know that this has been really a hard time for all of us, you know, for staff, teachers, and we know for you guys, because there are a lot of things, a lot of distractions going on at home, a lot of things happening, COVID, a lot of things. We just had our election for presidential elections, and so we need to make sure that you guys have coping skills. What is one way you can cope with some of these problems? So resiliency is a really big word and very important. And really, resiliency means having the ability to bounce back and adapting to hardships, okay? And they could be simple accomplishments, simple things that we are resilient with. So for instance, I know there's some students that are, I'm gonna go to bed tonight at a decent time, I'm gonna wake up tomorrow, I'm gonna be in school, it's gonna be the best day ever, right? You're gonna do it. And then you wake up, you log in, and Zoom says, unrestricted authorized user, you're not allowed in. And it's like, oh, you worked so hard, you didn't go on YouTube, you didn't play your video games, you're ready to start the morning, and then something just threw you a curveball. You're like, forget it, I'm logging out. So resiliency means we don't want to just shut down. You know, you could text your friend, hey, I can't get in to Schoology, do you know what happened? I can't get into Zoom, can you help me? Try again. You guys are resilient, you guys are smart, I know you guys are at a STEM school, I know your teachers have embedded a lot of good instruction, a lot of good ideas, and you guys are smart, and I can tell by your answers to the questions of the week. So resiliency is meaning that you guys keep trying. We know setbacks are going to happen. They could be super small setbacks. They can be very large setbacks, but it is very, very important that we keep pushing forward and we build, you know, a support system. Right now, if we need to text our friends, send out a message, hey, I can't get in. You know, I tried really hard. I really wanted to, you know, start being better with my attendance. I wanted to participate. Take a deep breath, wait a couple minutes, try again, try to log back in, send a message to one of us. Let us help support you and figure out what's going on. Don't give up, okay? So these are some of our club options, like we talked about, building a support group and also coping skills. These are a lot of options available at STEM, which is really awesome. You guys have the MESA, the Project Invent, Girls Build, ACE, Yoga Club, and then we put Create Your Own. So we understand we don't want to take away, you know, things that already make you guys happy and motivate you guys, or our incentives already, like gaming, right? I'm sure a lot of you guys like to play video games. It could be dancing, singing in the shower, it could be YouTubing, but those type of activities, you know, we just want to minimize it. You know, after school is out, go ahead. You need to just de-stress. You want to do something you enjoy, definitely do these activities. Reach out to your friends. Don't disconnect, even though we may not be able to see them, even though we have FaceTime, which is awesome. Connect. Send a text message, even if it's just a funny GIF that you guys send to each other. Stay connected. Don't disconnect, okay? So this is just basic self-care things that you guys can do. These are 50 coping skills. I know the pictures might be a little bit small, but definitely eating healthy is big. Exercising is a huge one, guys. Getting your heart rate going, pumping, it really does relieve stress. So I highly recommend that one. If you can't get outside, even in your house, if you have to stand in place and do some push-ups, do some jumping jacks, just get your heart rate going for at least 10 minutes a day. It really does decrease stress. So definitely do that. And again, reaching out to friends, having pets around is also a de-stressor. A dog, a cat, anybody you could, like an animal you could just pet and help provide comfort, or practice a hobby. Try something new that you're like, oh, I'm kind of nervous. I don't know, whether it be cooking, you're like always wanted to draw, try taking up a new hobby as well. And then these are a bunch of different coping skills to help us feel better. So you guys can kind of just look through those, but you see the remote control. I know video games is really popular right now. And I know a lot of new consoles just came out on those Cyber Mondays. So what is it? PS5, I think, just dropped recently. So that's a huge one. And I know a lot of you guys are into that, and that's completely fine. You guys just need to moderate it. Make sure we're not staying up till 3 in the morning. And we can see students that are logging into Schoology at 3 in the morning. So try to make sure you guys are getting a good night's rest. But yeah, look at some of those hobbies. Sports, it's a huge one. Soccer, basketball, all different activities, drawing, singing, cooking. Okay, and make sure you guys sleep though, okay? Healthy, positive self-talk. This is a huge one as well, guys. Okay, there might be days where you just feel like nothing is getting better. Everything, what's one thing after another happens to us. It happens to everyone. One thing goes wrong, and then that whole week or that whole day, everything is going wrong. You need to self-talk and say, oh, it's going to be okay. It's going to get better. We're going to get through this. Okay, be positive. Be nice to yourself. You guys are all smart, brilliant, creative, awesome. Okay. And these are some helpful, positive and helpful thoughts. I've got this. I'm smart. Everything's going to be okay. And then I have support. We are here for you guys, and we know you guys can do it, and we're all in this together, okay? Yes, all of these skills take practice. So if you have to look in the mirror and say, I'm awesome, do it. No judgment. And this is just our student and family wellness hotline. If you guys need support, we have that number to call for mental health support, okay? And some other hotlines as well.
Awesome. And now just to finish off really quick, just a few announcements that we have. School reopening selection form is due by December 6th. The link is there. It will be provided to you by your teachers starting maybe today or tomorrow, but you've also had that sent home as well. For seniors, UC application deadline was extended through December 4th. Let's get all of those applications in and ready to go. Senior portraits for seniors has been postponed. You can, if you want to go to the photographer studio and make arrangements with them directly, that's cool. You have to go ahead and email them at that email address that you see, cliffordphotography@yahoo.com. PSAT, if we go back to school, right, 10th graders, all 10th graders are automatically enrolled to take the PSAT for free, right? We're lucky in that sense. And it's during the school day. 11th graders, though, if you are interested, there is an option for you to do it. And there is a $5 fee associated with it. But I need to know who you are. So I'm putting the link in the chat box. 11th graders, if you are interested, I've already gotten about 6 of you that told me you're interested in taking the PSAT if we go back. Also this week, we got the PBL showcase. Some of you are going to be presenting on Thursday night at 5 o'clock. Your teacher should have told you if you are presenting and you're showing off the work that you're doing this semester. We're really looking forward to see all the work that you have. Cal State applications, I was just told, were extended to December 15th. So we still have time. We could do it. And everyone, we've got this. We've faced a lot of difficult situations in our lives, I'm sure, right? This is just another little roadblock that we're going to overcome. And so let's finish off the semester strong. Let's do well. Let's make our families proud, our community proud. As always, si se puede, right? Final grades are due the 17th. Our last day of class is December 18th. It's important that you're all here, proud and present, and that we're all able to see you every single day. So with that said, Ms. Trejo, if we have anything else?
No, I think that's it. You should get more information from your teachers. Hopefully, if you have more questions, they can help you during SEMLab tomorrow. But enjoy your lunch, guys. Thank you for joining us. Take care, and we will see you soon, everyone.